All right. All right. Give you guys a minute to get in a little bit. Let's see. Let me adjust. Yeah, that ought to do it. There we go. That should do it. That should do it. Shalom, Lisi. How's it going? How are you? Let's see. Give me, if you don't mind, Grant Hill, my man. Yeah, everything's good. Everything's good. I was running behind. House of Lee. Oh, everybody's showing up now. There we go. Enlighten one. Okay. Let me get rid of that. All right. There we go. I'm just trying to. Sounds good. Okay. Awesome. I got sound. Doing good. You might want to speak. Okay. Let me. I'm adjusting the speaker right now. Okay. All right. So how's the speaker now, guys? How's the speaker now? Let me know. 100 if it's good. If I need to make any further adjustments, let me know. If there's anything up, anything else. 100 if it's good. Oh, good. Awesome. 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 Good, good, good. All right. That's what I wanted to make sure. Plenty of times there's been where, a person can be talking. They'll do live stream. They're talking and don't hear a thing. The mouth moving, can't hear a thing. Shalom, shalom. Molak, Yeri Malak. Shalom, shalom. Just letting a couple people get in there. You guys seen the title. I want to just go ahead and deal with it. And at the end of the day, it's really not about enlighten one. Shalom, shalom. It's really not about like being biased or anything like that. And I'm not biased on one side. I just care about what the Bible is actually saying about this topic. That's it. That's all I care about. And guess what? Whatever the Bible says, one way or the other, I don't care. I didn't write the Bible. I don't care. I go with whatever the Bible says. Whatever the Bible is telling me, that's what I go with, right? So I don't care if the Bible says yes, it is sin to marry somebody who is not of your race. Okay, I'll roll with that. If the Bible says no, it's not sin, or it doesn't show that it's not sin or whatever, guess what? Doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me any way. Okay, I just want to exegete the scriptures. I don't want to eisegete. I don't want any. I've heard the argument 100 times over. Okay, I have. I heard that argument 100 times over. I don't believe in 12 tribes charts or anything like that, and I'm not picking on any camps. You guys know I'm just right in the middle, right? I'm neutral. Okay, I'm neutral. I'm not gonna pick on any camps or whatever. Or call out any. I'll call out wickedness. I'll call out false doctrine. I'll call out wickedness. Okay, it doesn't matter who it is, right? But I got no beef with nobody, no assembly, no camp. I got no beef with anybody. Okay, it's fine. All right. So I just want to deal with scripture. Okay. I just think it's irresponsible if we know that a lot of people are being misled and we don't say something, we don't do something. All it takes for wickedness to prevail is what? To do nothing. Okay, that's like that old saying. Only way, the only thing evil needs to do is to prevail is when good men do nothing. Right. So if a righteous guy don't step in and be like, no, that's not what the scripture says. You know what I'm saying? So that needs to happen sometime. But as far as a beef or angry, I'm not. I'm fine. It doesn't bother me at all, but I do want to go with what the scripture says about the topic, right? And that's what I want to give it. And the reason why it's really important is because with this doctrine that goes off that you need to marry, stay within your own, you need to marry. What? It's a good idea. It's a good idea. The question is it sin to marry someone who is not of your tribe? Okay, and I say that because the Bible really don't talk about race. It just talks about people groups, talk about tribes and clans. That's really what it's talking about. Nations, tribes, clans, stuff like that. They didn't even divide along color lines because we know people were melanated coming from Ham and people were melanated coming from Shem. So it didn't even divide along color lines. It doesn't matter. That's why um, the Hamites were selling Shemites, in slavery. Okay, the Hamites, who were a dark melanated people, had slaves of Shemites, okay, or Israel, who is a dark and melanated people. It doesn't matter. When you get into the slave trade, transatlantic slave trade, okay, again, you're talking about Africans selling what we call today Negroes. You have Hamites selling Israelites. Okay, same color. Okay, we can be Israelites run the spectrum. Okay, that's what we have to understand. Israelite naturally runs the spectrum from high yellow and red Israelites to midnight black Israelites. Okay, so you can go however you want to do it. Okay, you can go. Dang, I can't even think of people right now. You can go. Who's high yellow or whatever. I want high yellow. Who's high yellow black guy? You want to go Lenny Kravitz maybe? The Rockies kind of caramel a little bit. You guys know some famous brothers out there. I mean, I don't want to go to Boris Kojo or anything. Shamar Moore. We can go Shamar Moore, Ice T. Skin complexion. You go Shamar Moore, Ice T kind of thing, high yellow like that, to Wesley Snipes. It Israelite. Okay, run the spectrum. So they didn't divide it along color lines. Okay, they divided it among clans and families and tribes. Okay, and nations. Okay, that's how it was divided. All right. So really, then to speak of that. Bible doesn't get into the people groups that someone like Darwin would put together, and other thinkers, okay, of what we call our great thinkers, don't even do it with Negroid, Mongoloid, Caucasoid. The Bible doesn't divide it like that either, right? So that's just not how we roll, right? That's just not it. So we're gonna deal with it with what the Bible says. Okay, that's how we're gonna deal with it. Now, what people normally do who support this particular doctrine, what they normally do, just go ahead and get into it. Okay, Kravitz tea or mixed. Yeah, Kravitz is mixed. I'm sorry, I was just talking about the complexion. You are right. You're right. Lenny Kravitz is Mexican. I mean, mixed. Mother, the lady from the Jeffersons, and and a white guy. Let me see. Yeah, yeah, and a white. Tracy Ellis Ross or whatever, Diana Ross, but I think her father's white too, so that's mixed. Diana Ross daughter or whatever. But I'm trying to find, I'm trying to. Now I go live. I can't even think of it. So I can't even think of it. But let's go to some of the places that they go to. Right. Let's go right to some of the places that they go to. I may not be able to hit everything, but I am going to go to some of the places. So where they go to is Ezra 10. Okay, they go to Ezra chapter 10. People who say marrying outside your race is it's a sin, right? First of all, when someone says that, you need to show where it is a sin or it is wicked. You got to show where it's wrong, wicked, a sin, something that tells you that. That's the first thing any of you guys do. That's the first thing you should ask for. Show me the evidence. Okay, show me something. A lot of people, they go to Ezra 10, so that's where I'm going to go. Ezra chapter 10. Shalom, one love. Shalom, shalom. So, Ezra chapter 10, I'm going to start at 1. This is what it says. And when Ezra had prayed, and when he had confessed, weeping and casting himself down before the house of God, there assembled unto him out of Israel a very great congregation of men and women and children, for the people wept very sore. A lot of crying. Now remember, this is verse 1. So you know what we're going to have to do to figure out why they're crying? We have to go back, right? We have to go back, like, why are they crying? What's going on? So we're going to do that, right? We're going to go back, but we're going to do that in a minute. Okay, verse 2. And Shechaniah, the son of Jael, one of the sons of Elam, answered and said unto Ezra, we have transgressed against our God and have taken strange wives of the people of the lands. Yet now there is hope in Israel concerning this thing. Okay, so man, everything has just fell apart for us. Everything is bad. It just fell apart for us. I mean, what are we gonna do? We taking these strange wives and all. It's crazy out there, Ezra. What are we gonna do? Verse 3. And now, therefore, let us make a covenant with our God to put away all the wives and such as are born of them, so the wives and the children, according to the counsel of my Lord, and of those that tremble at the commandment of our God, and let it be done according to the law. Okay, putting them away according to the law. Okay, found some uncleanness in her. Okay, we'll look at that. Okay, I tell you right now, it's abominations, right? So according to the law, arise, for this matter belongeth unto. Because if someone say, well, according to the law, then you have to ask them, well, show me the law where it says don't marry outside your race. Period. Okay, I know. Exodus, Deuteronomy, we're gonna go there. Okay. Verse 4, arise, for this matter belongeth unto thee. We also will be with thee. Be of good courage and do it. Okay, he says, okay, it's going to be all right. Let's do this, right? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at this. And then arose Ezra and made the chief priests, the Levites, and all of Israel to swear that they should do according to his word, and they swear. Then Ezra rose up from before the house of God and went into the chamber of Johanan, the son of Eliashib. And when he came thither, he did eat no bread, nor drink water, for he mourned because of the transgression of them that had been carried away. Mourning for the transgression, right? So we got to find what the transgression is. Everybody take all this context and put it on strange wives, right? But let's take a look at it. Verse 7. And they made proclamations throughout Judah and Jerusalem unto all the children of the captivity that they should gather themselves together unto Jerusalem. Okay? And that whosoever who would not come within 3 days, according to the counsel of the princes and the elders, all his substance should be forfeited, and him separated from the congregation of those that had been carried away. Okay, so all them, they went into Assyrian captivity and all that. It says, okay, we're going to make an elite. All the elders agree. All of us agree. This council, we all agree. This is what we're going to do. In 3 days, we're going to come over here. We're going to gather together and assemble. Those who don't do it, all his substance. So we're going to kick him out of his tent. We're going to take all his gold, silver, all that stuff. You lose all that. It's forfeited. You lose it, and you get the hell out of the congregation. You're gone. Okay, you're out of here if you don't come. Right. Verse 9, then all the men of Judah and Benjamin gathered themselves together unto Jerusalem within 3 days, and it was the 9th month and the 20th day of the month, and all the people sat in the street of the house of God, trembling because of this matter, and for the great rain. Okay, and Ezra the priest stood up and said unto them, ye have transgressed and have taken strange wives to increase the trespass of Israel. You taken strange wives to increase the trespass, but then you got to ask yourself, well, what was the trespass? Okay, taking strange wives increased the trespass. What was the trespass? You got to ask that. Okay, now therefore make confession unto the Lord God of your fathers, and do his pleasure, and separate yourselves from the people of the land and from the strange wives. And then all the congregation answered and said with a loud voice, as thou hast said, so must we do. Right? I'm gonna stop right there. As thou hast said, so what we're saying is, we're like, wait a minute. So they're talking, the scripts is talking like there is something else. So we took the wives to increase. Something was already there. Now it's being increased. Now they're doing it more so and more so and more so, making matters worse. So they did something to make matters worse. So taking the strange wives make matters worse. But what is that worse? So we got to go back and look at that. So now, and one of the brothers already got ahead of me. Let's go to Ezra 9. We got to back up, because remember, they're already, but you read Ezra 10 and start at verse 1, they're already crying about it. They're already upset. So you got to ask yourself, what are they upset about? What's going on? Okay, One Love already ahead of me. Okay, One Love, I don't know if it's me, female or male. So One Love is already ahead of me. So we're going to verse 9, chapter 9. Let's go to the first 7 verses real quick. Ezra 9 and 1, it said, now when these things were done, the prince came to me, saying, the people of Israel and all the priests and the Levites have not separated themselves from the people of the land, doing according to their abominations. How does the Most High feel about abominations? Okay, how does he feel about abominations? So now we can understand, well, what's going on? Why were they crying in chapter 10? We're in chapter 9 now. Even of the Canaanites and the Hittites and the Perizzites and the Jebusites and the Ammonites and the Moabites and the Egyptians and the Amorites. Okay, thank you, One Love. I'm sorry. Thank you, sister. Appreciate it. Okay, for they have what? For they have, okay, now we already know that, let's go ahead and agree and have common sense. Let's just agree. Can we agree? Okay, we already know in the text, okay, and it said, in verse 1, it said, have not separated themselves from the people of the land, doing according to their abominations, okay? So can we already agree that the people who commit abominations are the Canaanites, Hittites, Perizzites, Jebusites, Ammonites, Moabites, Egyptians, and the Amorites, right? All of these are Hamitic African people, right? They do all these abominations, witchcraft and voodoo and all this other stuff, right? We can agree, talking about it in the text. They did all these abominations, okay? So the Lord is mad at these abominations. I'm sure we can agree on that. For they have taken of their daughters for themselves and for their sons, so that the holy seed have mingled themselves with the people of those lands. Yea, the hand of the princes and rulers have been chief in the trespass. Okay, so now we know What happens is you're talking about people who are pagan idol worshipers, and now you are going to go ahead and grab some of these strange wives who's going to turn your heart away. See King Solomon in his old age, turn your heart away from the Most High God of Israel. So why would you do that? So if we do that and we jump all the way to the New Testament, we understand that what? We're not supposed to be unequally yoked to unbelievers. What communion does light have with darkness? So let me put this in modern terms. If you are a Buddhist, why would you marry a Satan worshiper? Okay. If you are Muslim, okay, why would you marry a Taoist? Why would you marry a Christian if you're Muslim? You see, why would you marry someone? Because there is going to be a tug of war in faith. All this interfaith marriage, that is the sin. Why? Because one person is serving the Most High God of Israel and the other person is serving some other pagan god. That's really what the text is talking about. But we're going to continue. We're going to continue. No problem. And when I heard this thing, I rent my garment and my mantle and plucked off the hair of my head and of my beard and sat down astonished, right? He was astonished, like, what the hell's going on? All these people, what's all this? You know, today, let's say you're Israelite, right? You're a Hebrew Israelite, you believe the faith, and you go marry yourself a Christian, right? Now, you have one of your brothers or something come over to your house or whatever, and, you know, y'all Shabbat Shalom and Shalom and Tawadai and Mishpachah and Todai and all that. So you got all the Hebrew words. Y'all going doing. You're wearing your fringes. You're doing all that. Then you invite company over. They walk in, big old Christmas tree, and you're like, what's going on, brother, with the Christmas tree? Oh, I mean that's my wife. She Christmas. She celebrates Christmas. And my brother he does that too. You know what? Wait. Time out. You serve the Most High God, and you. How long you been in the truth? Oh, okay. You've been in for a long time. Okay, you've been in for 6, 7, 8 years, and then you married a Christian who you knew celebrate Christmas and stuff like that, and then what is that? What is cooking? What? I'm not that far removed from bacon and ham. What's going on? Yeah, bro, that's some ham right there. She glazed that ham and up. What am I in a Twilight Zone? What the hell's going on? That's what Ezra is talking about. He's like, y'all marrying all these people and y'all participating in the abominations. You're participating in it. What are you doing? If that's what it's going to make you do, you don't need to be with these women. If you're a daughter of Zion, you don't need to go be with this Hamitic person who worships another god. You don't need to separate yourself from these people. Get rid of them, get rid of the kids, get rid of all that. I don't want none of that stuff. And we're going to see that in the scripture. Get rid of that. So Ezra, he's pulling his hair out like, man, what the hell is wrong with my people? You get married and lose your mind. This is what he's talking about, right? So we're going to go ahead and continue. Verse 4. He said, then were assembled unto me every one that trembled at the words of the God of Israel, because of all the transgression of those that had been carried away. And I sat astonished until the evening sacrifice. All the transgressions, the abominations that he's talking about. We got to know what's an abomination? Because what they're doing, right? 5. And at the evening sacrifice, I rose up from my heaviness and have rent my garment and my mantle. I fell upon my knees and spread out my hands unto the Lord my God. Okay. And said, oh my God, I am ashamed and blush to lift up my face to thee, my God, for our iniquities are increased over our head. Whoa! Over our head, and our trespass is grown up unto the heavens. Since the days of our fathers have we been in great trespass unto this day, sinning left and right. And then we made matters worse, where we get these strange wives. We marry these strange wives and make it even worse. Because now you get this good looking Egyptian woman, this Jebusite and Parasite, Ammonite, and all that, and Girgashite and all that, and they start working a little jelly a little bit, and then you're just like, well, yeah, yeah, I mean, it ain't that big a deal. Making matters worse, making it worse. We already know how he feels about abominations. Okay, we already know idol worship. All right. Verse 8, and now for a little space, grace has been showed from the Lord our God to leave us a remnant to escape and to give us a nail in his holy place, that our God may lighten our eyes and give us a little reviving in our bondage, okay? To cause us to remember, to cause us to say, man, to shake out of it, to wake up, Jacob, to shake out of it. Be like, whoa, wait a minute, man. We are messing up. What? Wait a minute. And the Lord give us a little bit of grace, a little bit of time, a little bit of space to figure it out and get our act right. Just a little bit to get our act right. For we were bondmen, yet our God has not forsaken us in our bondage, but has extended mercy unto us in the sight of our king, sight of the king of Persia, to give us a reviving, to set up the house of our God, and to repair the desolation thereof, and to give us a wall in Judah and in Jerusalem. He's going to give us an opportunity to go ahead and get this thing right. He's going to give us a chance. Even in our bondage, even in our captivity, he's going to give us a chance. Verse 10, and now, O God, what shall we say after this? Or we have forsaken thy commandments. For we have forsaken thy commandments, which thou hast commanded by thy servants the prophets, saying, the land unto which ye go to possess it is an unclean land, with the filthiness of the people of the lands, with their abominations, which they have filled it from one end to another with their uncleanness. Let's look at this. Filthiness, okay? Nidah, impurity, filthiness, menstruous, set apart, impurity, okay? Idolatry, immorality, okay? That's Hebrews 50:79 for filthiness, all right? Not done. Abomination. Tohabah, a disgusting thing, an abomination. Abomination in a ritual sense of unclean food, idols, mixed. Okay, it says mixed marriages on there, which is a abomination in ethical sense of wickedness. Okay, so we're gonna do that. Mixed faith, mixed faith. But I know some people go, oh no, brother, mixed marriage. Okay, we'll let the Bible explain. Okay, I don't run from anything. We let the Bible explain. Abomination, uncleanness. Okay, let's go to uncleanness 29:32. Tuma, uncleanness, sexual, filthy, mass, unethical, religious, ritual, local, or nation. Okay, unethical, ritual, religious. That's what it's all about. Because then you got to ask yourself, what if the strange or the foreigner, the Gentile, anyone other than Israel. What if they serve the God of Israel? What if they want to serve the God of Israel? That's the question we got to ask ourselves, right? All right, how much more of this one I'm going to get? Or 9? Oh, okay, going to 15. Now, there give us not, okay, now, therefore, give not your daughters unto their sons, neither take their daughters unto your sons, nor seek their peace or their wealth forever, that ye may be strong and eat the good of the land and leave it for an inheritance to your children forever. And after all that is come upon us for our evil deeds and for our great trespass, seeing that thou, our God, has punished us less than our iniquities deserve, and has given us such deliverance as this. Okay, so he's given us time and space. We deserve way worse than what the Most High has given us, but he's having a little bit of mercy on us. 14. Should we again break the commandments and join in affinity with the people of these abominations? Again, abominations. Wouldst not thou be angry with us till thou hast consumed us or destroyed us, so that there should be no remnant nor escaping, so that it's over for us. Okay, 15. O Lord God of Israel, thou art righteous, for we remain yet escaped, as it is this day. Behold, we are before thee in our trespasses, for we cannot stand before thee because of this, because we have messed up so much. We can't even look you in the face. We can't go in your presence. We can't do none of that stuff because we have messed up really, really bad. Yeah. We messed up really, really bad. And then you lead right into Ezra 10 and 1. And now when Ezra had prayed, and when he had confessed, weeping and casting himself down before the house of God, there assembled unto him out of Israel a very great congregation of men and women and children, for the people wept very sore. And now we understand the whole context. Did we not just get context? That's why. Also, if you went to First Ezra's 9 and 36, they put away the strange wives. Because what happens is you go into idolatry. How many marriages today, okay, are greatly influenced by one spouse or the other? It doesn't matter because the wife can be a believer and the husband's a non-believer, or the husband can be a believer and the wife's a non-believer, okay? But it's influence, and you're getting pulled away from the Most High God. You're getting pulled away from what He wants you to do. And it can come from either side, so I'm not picking on either side. It can come from either side, someone pulling you away from the Most High. It can come from anybody. It can come from the husband. It can come from the wife. That's why. And that's why in the New Testament, you don't be unequally yoked. Don't do it. Period. So that's it. And even when you say, oh, well, Paul said, well, if the unbelieving, if they are well to stay with you, if they are all right, if they cool with it, well, okay, but he also said that's his opinion. And being well to stay with you is not pulling you away from the Most High God. Now they become strange or estranged. That's what a strange wife is. Now they become estranged to you. Okay, let me look at strange wives. Let's look at strange. Strange. Okay, strange. Nakri, foreign, alien, foreigner, foreign woman, a harlot, unknown, unfamiliar. Okay, strange. Okay, that's a strange wife. Okay, foreign, unfamiliar. She's not going your way. Okay, because we're dealing with strange wives, right? She's not going your way. She's not doing what you want to do. Now, what the next thing you need to look at is if the Bible is condemning interracial marriage, then we need to see the condemnation. You can't just see, well, put away your strange wives, and then you don't even give a reason or an account or something like that, because in His infinite wisdom and His mercy, He doesn't really have to, the Most High doesn't really have to explain anything to us. He really doesn't. But thank y'all that He does. And He says, why you don't do it? Because of the idolatry. Why? He gives us a why He doesn't want us to do it. And I appreciate that. So let's go ahead and look at a couple of things right here. Let's go to Exodus 34. We're going to go Exodus 34 real quick. Because a lot of people, they go to these scriptures, but let's look at, it's interesting that He actually gives us a why. So Exodus 34 and 11. All right, okay, now watch this. Observe thou that which I command thee this day. Behold, I drive out before thee the Amorite and the Canaanite and the Hittite and the Perizzite and the Havite and the Jebusite. Take heed to yourself, lest thou make a covenant with the inhabitants of the land, come into an alliance, an agreement with the inhabitants of the land, whither thou goest, lest it be for a snare in the midst of thee, that you're going to get caught up. It's a snare to you. You're going to get caught up. You make an alliance with these guys, man, you're going to get caught up, and you're going to see what happens. But ye shall destroy what? Their altars, break their images, and cut down their groves. In verse 13, wait a minute. So he went straight to something idolatrous. He went straight to idol worship. Don't marry these people. Don't make no alliance with these people, because you're going to get caught up. So when you go into the land, one of the first things I want you to do, cut down their images and destroy break down their altars, or place where they make sacrifices. Break their images and cut down the images, the statues, and cut down their groves. The place where you do the sacrifice. Cut them down. For thou shalt worship no other God. Because he thought you were going to worship another God. Go figure. So in Ezra's day, guess what they were doing? They were worshiping the gods of all these ites. They caught the itis and worship all these other gods. That's what we have to remember. For thou shalt worship no other God, for the Lord, whose name is jealous, is a jealous God. Lest thou make a covenant with the inhabitants of the land, and they go whoring after their God. Again, he's talking about idol worship again. Mixed religions. Do not mix religions. And they go a whoring after their God and do sacrifice unto their gods. And one call thee and thou eat of his sacrifice. So they're going to, look at, he said, destroy the images, the altars, the groves. And he said, you're going to, if you do this, if you form an alliance with these people, if you go into covenant with these people, you're going to turn around and you're going to start, they're going to call you to the altar, and with all the sacrifice, you're going to be worshiping like them. You're going to start worshiping their gods. You're going to start going after them. They're going to do a sacrifice. You're going to say, yeah, let me go and get a little piece of that. Let me get in on some of that. You're going to go whoring after their gods and do sacrifice unto their gods. And when they call you, you're going to eat of that sacrifice. You're going to join right in with them. That's why. He said, and thou take of their daughters unto thy sons, and their daughters go a whoring after their gods, and make thy sons go a whoring after their gods. So your daughter, you're an Israelite, your daughter's going to go ahead and get her a Girgashite man, an Amorite man or something, and she's going to start worshiping that guy's God. Okay? She's going to start worshiping that guy's God, and now we lost the daughter of Zion. Then you're going to have a son, and he go get him a nice, a nice, good-looking Amorite woman or whatever, and she lure him away, and he goes and worship her God. Now we just lost the son of Jacob because they're on that stuff. They're winning the battle. They're winning this holy war because the Most High is not bringing you're not bringing them in. They're winning this holy war. He's going exactly as to why I don't want you to marry those people. Because of what they believe, because of whom they serve. They don't serve me. They serve somebody else. So don't go after these people, right? And thou take of their daughters unto thy sons, and their daughters go whoring after their gods, and make thy sons to go whoring after their gods. Thou shalt make thee no molten gods. He goes right into all the stuff that you're going to do if you do that. If you marry someone who don't serve me, that's what's going to happen. This is what he's saying. You marry someone who doesn't serve me, this is what's going to happen. Let's go to Deuteronomy 7, okay? You got ahead of me. One of the brothers got ahead of me. Let's go to Deuteronomy 7. Same thing. Chapter 7 of Deuteronomy. And I'll pick it up at 1. Let's read a little bit of this. And when the Lord thy God shall bring thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it, and has cast out many nations. Okay, let's look at the nations. Nation, okay. Girgashi, right? Descendants of Canaan, and one of the nations living east of the Sea of Galilee when the Israelites entered the promised land, okay? It's a Hamitic tribe, okay? Many nations, but this is more than one though, right? Many nations, and the Amorites, and the Canaanites, and the Perizzites, and the Havites, and the Jebusites, 7 nations greater and mightier than thou, right? There's more of them than there are us. So there's a lot of women. The Israelites, there's a lot of women over there, more women, right? And then even the daughters of Zion, even the sisters are like, wow, there's more of them than there are Hebrew men. Okay, getting outnumbered. Okay, and when the Lord thy God shall deliver them before thee, you're going to win the fight. Thou shalt smite them, so kill them and utterly destroy them. Get rid of all of them. Thou shalt make no covenant with them, nor show mercy unto them. So kill them all. All of them. Kill all of them, because they're so far gone. Guess what? You and I don't have to read their heart. The Most High knows their heart, and he knows they're not going to serve me. All these ites are not going to serve me. Period. All of them, they're not. Okay? Verse 3, neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughters thou shalt not give unto his sons, nor his daughter thou shalt not take unto thy son. Okay? I had a debate with a guy and talking about interracial marriage and stuff like that. And he says, yeah, brother, right here it says clearly, you can't marry, a Hittite, a Girgashite, an Amorite, Canaanite, Perizzite. I said, brother, even if that says that, okay, then show me a Canaanite, Perizzite, Jebusite, Girgashite, and I'll stay away from them. If that's the case. Show me who they are, and I'll stay away from them. Of course, he couldn't. All right, but we're talking about idol worship. I said, don't do that. Okay. 4. For they will turn away thy son from following me. He just said it. Turn from following me, that they may serve other gods. So will the anger of the Lord be kindled against you and destroy thee suddenly, because they're going to turn you away. That's why. But what if the person serves the same God you serve? We'll get into that. We'll get into strangers and all that. We'll go there. We'll go there. But thus shall ye deal with them. Ye shall destroy their altars. What? Again, worship again. And break down their images and cut down their groves and burn their graven images with fire. Wow. None of this idol worship. He wants to get rid of all this idol worship. Verse 6. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto him above all people that are upon the face of the earth. Nice. And then 7. And the Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because you were more in number than any people, for ye were the fewest of all the people. Small. Everybody had more people than Israel at this time. Everybody. So do we have an understanding right here? So far we know it's idol worship, idol worship, idol worship. Okay? Idol worship. Don't do it. I'm telling anyone who believe, like anyone who don't want to serve the Most High God, don't marry them. I'm saying it. I'm agreeing with the text. They don't believe in the Most High or serve the Most High. Don't marry them. I'm agreeing with the text. Don't do it. Okay? If they happen to be one of these ites out here, don't marry them. They don't serve your God. Don't marry them. Obey the word. Okay? Now we're going to continue. Now, interesting. Go to Leviticus 24. Leviticus 24 and 10. 24:10. All right. Check this out. Now listen to this. And the son of an Israelitish woman whose father was an Egyptian, Israelite and Egyptian, both melanated people, Israelite and Egyptian. Okay? Now, if that's a problem, then you already know what you got to do. You got to provide where it says, okay, they shouldn't have got married or they got condemned for being married. But let's see what this little dispute was about. And the son of the Israelitish woman, whose father was an Egyptian, went out among the children of Israel. And this son of the Israelitish woman and a man of Israel strove together in the camp. So her son and this dude of Israel, they had a fight. And the Israelitish woman's son blasphemed the name of the Lord. That's his mistake right there. And cursed. And they brought him unto Moses. And his mother's name was Shelomith, the daughter of Debri of the tribe of Dan. And they put him in ward that the mind of the Lord might be showed them. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, bring forth him that has cursed without the camp, on the outside of the camp, bring him outside of the camp, and let all that heard him lay their hands upon his head, and let all of the congregation stone him. And thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel, saying, whosoever curses his God shall bear his sin. So do not curse God. It wasn't a marriage. It wasn't a union. Do not curse God. That's it. Because you get killed for it. Okay? Those are fighting words. Exactly like one. Anyone who's against the Most High is a Gentile and a stranger. Anyone. Anyone who does that. Okay? Who blaspheme his name. Anyone. Bottom line. Israelite woman, Egyptian man. We see a mixed marriage. Oh, Israel didn't do that. They didn't do that. Really? Really? How? You know, one of the ones they never bring up. Let's go over to Judges. Let's go to Judges, because this is one of the things that they never want to bring up. Judges, and I'm gonna go to 21. They never bring this one up. They tell me, oh, Israel, yeah, they didn't do that. Well, you know, at first, and they didn't, but after that, they didn't. Really? Israel didn't even, I don't even want to bring the argument. Okay, you have Jacob, who became Israel, who had 12 sons and one daughter, Dinah. And you say, well, no, there are no interracial marriages. Then who were the 12 sons, Israelite wives? Who were the 12 sons, Israelite wives? My point is, from the word go, right off the rip, it was interracial. Right off the rip. Interracial. Judges 21. Now watch this. This is going to be real interesting. Okay. Now the men of Israel had sworn in Mishpah, saying, there shall not any of us give his daughter unto Benjamin to wife. Whoa, wait a minute. If Benjamin can't get an Israelite wife, the tribe of Benjamin, if the tribe of Benjamin can't have Israelite wives, then what happens? Then who do they get with? Interesting. Verse 2. And the people came to the house of God and abode there till evening before God, and lifted up their voices and wept sore. They're upset. Now watch this. And said, O Lord God of Israel, why is this come to pass in Israel, that there should be today one tribe lacking in Israel? We about to be one tribe short. And we can't give our Israelite daughters to the tribe of Benjamin. But we don't want to read that. We don't want to go there. And it came to pass on the morrow that the people rose early and built there an altar and offered burnt offerings and peace offerings. And the children of Israel said, who is there among all the tribes of Israel that came not up with the congregation unto the Lord? For they had made a great oath concerning him that came not up to the Lord to Mizpah, saying, he shall surely be put to death. And the children of Israel repented them of Benjamin their brother, and said, there is one tribe cut off from Israel this day. Benjamin is about to go bye-bye. How shall we do for wives for them that remain, seeing we have sworn by the Lord that we will not give them of our daughters to wives? Benjamin's about to get cut off as a tribe because they can't have an Israelite wife. They already made, the other 11 tribes already made an agreement with the Most High. We're not going to give Benjamin any of our daughters. Verse 8. And they said, what one is there of the tribe of Israel that came not up to Mizpah to the Lord? And behold, there came none to the camp from Jabez Gilead to the assembly. For the people were numbered, and behold, there was none of the inhabitants of Jabez Gilead there. And the congregation sent thither 12,000 men of the valiantest, and commanded them, saying, go and smite the inhabitants of Jabez Gilead with the edge of the sword, with the women and the children. Get rid of all these people. And this is the thing that ye shall do. Ye shall utterly destroy every male and every woman that had lain by man. So if they're not a virgin, they had to go. And they found among the inhabitants of the Jabez Gilead that 400 young virgins that had known no man by lying with any male. And they brought them unto the camp of Shiloh, which is in the land of Canaan. Now watch this. And the whole congregation sent some to speak to the children of Benjamin that were in the rock of Rimmon, and to call peaceably unto them. And Benjamin came again at that time, and they gave them wives which they had saved alive of the women of Jabez Gilead, and yet so they suffered them not, sufficed them not. I'm sorry. And the people repented them for Benjamin, because the Lord had made a breach in the tribe of Israel. Then the elders of the congregation said, how shall we do for wives for them that remain, being the women are destroyed out of Benjamin? There are no Benjamite women anymore, right? And they said, there must be an inheritance for them that be escaped of Benjamin, that a tribe be not destroyed out of Israel. So they're trying to preserve, they're trying to figure out a way. If we can't give them our daughters, what are we going to do? Albeit, verse 18, albeit we may not give them wives of our daughters, for the children of Israel have sworn, saying, cursed be he that giveth a wife to Benjamin. So the things are going to fall apart. We cannot give one of our Israelite daughters to the tribe of Benjamin. Interesting. Verse 20. Therefore they commanded the children of Benjamin, saying, go and lie in wait in the vineyards, and see and behold, if the daughters of Shiloh come out to dance in dances, then come ye out of the vineyards, and catch ye every man his wife of the daughters of Shiloh, and go to the land of Benjamin. These are not Israelites. We know that because the other 11 tribes said we cannot give Benjamin one of our daughters. So where are the Israelite wives? And it shall be when their fathers or their brethren come unto us to complain, that we will say unto them, be favorable unto them for our sake, because we reserve not to each man his wife in the war, for ye did not give unto them at this time, that ye should be guilty. So we say, I'm sorry, man, it's on us. We didn't save wives for them. 23. And the children of Benjamin did so, and took them wives according to their number, and of them that danced, whom they caught. And they went and returned unto their inheritance, and repaired the cities, and dwelt therein. Okay. And the children of Israel departed thence at the time, every man to his tribe and to his family. And they went out from thence, every man to his inheritance. And in those days, there was no king of Israel. Every man did that which was right in his own sight. Okay. So there was no king at the time or whatever, but looky what happened. Benjamin was about to get wiped out, and they had to go ahead and find my girlfriend. I love her so much. Okay, native pride. Nothing wrong with that, brother. Nothing wrong with that. She just needs to be serving the Most High. The tribe of Benjamin is about to. So you're gonna hear people have this doctrine. Oh well, you can't even intermix. You can't do this. What I just read was Judges 21, all of it, basically. I just read Judges 21, all of it. The whole tribe's about to get wiped out. And a couple of times, the other 11 tribes said, we can't give them any of our daughters. We can't not do it. So they had to find some women of another tribe, another race, another tribe. Okay, the Bible doesn't really speak in races, but of another clan, another nation, and they had to preserve Benjamin. That's significant because if they didn't do that, you wouldn't have the Apostle Paul. Okay, you wouldn't have it. Okay, they were not Israel because you cannot give them because they would have broke the promise that they said we're not going to give any of our daughters. Okay, so they were not Israel. Okay, Israel, it wasn't even broken up like that because this is Judges. This is right after they just got into the promised land. Okay, this is right after the book of Joshua. And they get right into Judges, okay? And they start doing their own thing. No, okay? They want to be like, oh, there's, the Israelite. No, they were not. No, they were not. No, they're not. Okay? No, they were not. No, they were not. And my question remains, the original 12 Israelite brothers, who was their Israelite wives? Who were they? Who were they? Because what people, when they have this particular doctrine, interracial marriage is a sin and all that, then they go ahead and make everyone else, it makes everyone else an Israelite. Don't matter. Ruth, the Moabite, nope, she was an Israelite. Okay, all of a sudden Moses married the Egyptian, nope, she was an Israelite. Or Ethiopian woman, nope, she's an Israelite. See, when it goes against their doctrine, it's an Israelite. Moses, who married a non-Israelite woman, the custodian of the law, broke his own law like that. But when you want to have that doctrine, okay, check. So let's take a look real quick. If you believe that, that is totally fine. Acts, let's get chapter 16 and verse 1. Okay? Acts chapter 16 and 1. Then there came he to Derbe and Lystra, and behold, a certain disciple was there, named Timotheus, the son of a certain woman, which was a Jewess, and I already read that. Jewess, she was from Judah, she was a Jew, and believed, but his father was a Greek. And when I look at Greek, which they don't like to do that either, 1672, okay, Helen, a Greek either by nationality, whether a native of the land or of Greek islands or the colonies. In a wider sense, the name embraces all nations, not Jews, that made the language, customs, and learning of the Greeks their own. The primary reference is to a difference of religion and worship, okay? But it's not Jews. And we know Gentiles is, we're talking about Greek. Okay, so I'm not going to go there. We're not going to go there. I'm not talking about that. Okay? So, pertaining to. All right, so let me go. Okay, Jewish, belonging to the 2453 in the Greek, belonging to the Jewish nation. Jewish as respects to birth, origin, religion. She was a Jew. Okay, she was either one of the northern tribe, one of the Judah, Benjamin, or some of Levi, some of that northern tribe. She was one of them. Okay, no problem. All right, so let's go back to Numbers 12. You guys already know what that is. Let's go to Numbers 12, Numbers chapter 12, and let's see here. I'll start at 1. And Miriam and Aaron spoke against Moses because of the Ethiopian woman whom he had married, for he had married an Ethiopian woman. So let's look at Ethiopian. Cushite, a Cushite woman, Moses' wife, Miriam, so-called by Miriam and Aaron. Cushite. She's from Cush, not Israelite. But I know if you support the doctrine, oh, interracial marriage, all that, that's a sin, that's a sin. You have to show where it is a sin. And then who got in trouble after that? If we read this in Numbers, what was that? Let's read a little bit more. And they spake, had the Lord indeed spoken only by Moses? Had he not spoken also by us? And the Lord heard it. Now the man Moses was very meek above all men which were upon the face of the earth. And the Lord spake suddenly unto Moses and unto Aaron and unto Miriam, come out, ye three, unto the tabernacle of the congregation. And they three came out. And the Lord came down in a pillar of the cloud and stood in the door of the tabernacle and called Aaron and Miriam. Oh, we call Aaron and Miriam, but not Moses. But okay. And they both came forth. And he said, hear now my words. If there be a prophet among you, I, the Lord, will make myself known unto him in the vision and will speak unto him in the dream. My servant Moses is not so, who is faithful in all mine house. With him I will speak mouth to mouth, even apparently, and not in dark speeches, and the similitude of the Lord shall he behold. Wherefore, then were ye not afraid to speak against my servant Moses? Oh, speak against him because he had married the Ethiopian woman. Why are you talking? This is Most High. Why are you talking crazy? Why are you coming after Moses like that? Because he married this Ethiopian woman. But I know those who support the doctrine, all of a sudden, she's not Ethiopian. She's actually Israelite. Somehow, some way, magically. Okay? And the anger of the Lord was kindled against them, and he departed. Okay? And the cloud departed from the tabernacle, and behold, Miriam became leprous, white as snow. And Aaron looked upon Miriam, and behold, she was leprous. And Aaron said unto Moses, alas, my Lord, I beseech thee, lay not the sin upon us, wherein we have done foolishly, and wherein we have sinned. So dealing foolishly, talking against that. You're talking against these interracial marriages or whatever. This woman was probably going to go serve the Most High. Period. If she's not gonna serve the Most High, you cut her loose, give her a get, give her a divorce, and get rid of her. If you're not gonna serve the Most High, we'll get rid of you. But you got a lot of people busting up whole families just because. Now, again, if you have a woman and she is taking you away from serving the Most High, get rid of her. Period. Simple. Get rid of her. But if she's serving the Most High, where's the sin? There is no sin. Because if it is, they're going to have to show you the sin. They're going to show you where someone is punished just solely on the basis of someone's race. The text cannot talk about idolatry and idol worship and abominations. And all. It cannot talk about any of that stuff. It's just got to be like, okay, this race married that race. Okay, you die. You sin. You trespass. That's what it's got to do. Okay, but everyone, when you do that, everyone's able to sneak in their own little doctrine. Listen. You say, well, how do we nation build if you're going to, you don't take care of your own people? We worried about everybody else. Okay, that's a personal opinion. If that's what you want to do, don't do it. It's not a commandment that you have to do it. Marry your own tribe. There's nothing wrong with that. But I just don't like other people like that. I don't like Asians. I don't like white people. I don't like. Okay, that's personal preference. Didn't make it a sin. And that's you. That's personal preference. You have your preference? Fine. No problem. No issue there. But don't make your personal preference doctrine. Don't make your personal preference law. You have to go with what the law says. You have to go with what the scripture is saying. Because we can't see examples where you have a different race of a person and all of a sudden, well, that's just because... Well, they're Israelite. They're just Israelite. Now you have to redefine who everyone is just to support your doctrine? No. Let's continue. Let's go. Okay, did I go all the way to 16? No. And he said, let her not be as one dead of whom, and verse 12, whom the flesh is half consumed when he coming out of the mother's womb. So she's like really, our babies come out really, really light sometime, and they get their color a little bit later. And Moses cried unto the Lord, saying, heal her now, O God, I beseech thee. And the Lord said unto Moses, if her father had put spit in her face, she should not be ashamed 7 days. let her be shut out of the camp 7 days, and after that, let her be received in again. And Miriam was shut out of the camp 7 days, went outside the camp, and the people journeyed not till Miriam was brought back again. So they waited, okay? Journeyed not until she got back, and afterwards the people removed from Hazeroth and pitched in the wilderness of Param. Okay, so they waited for her, waited for her 7 day sentence and her color to come back, and then she was able to come back and be with them. But Moses married an Egyptian woman, an Ethiopian woman, I'm sorry, and then Miriam got punished for it. Hmm. Hmm. I'll let you guys think about that for a little bit. How about this? How about Genesis? How about Genesis? How about Genesis 41? I'm gonna let you guys, chew on that a little bit, okay? And 45, okay? What about, and Pharaoh called Joseph's name, okay? Zaphanapaneah, and he gave him to wife Asenath, the daughter of Potiphar, priest of On. And Joseph went out over all the land of Egypt. So the Egyptian Pharaoh, the Egyptian king, gave Joseph the Israelite his Egyptian daughter. What you'd have to do is read the rest of the scriptures to see if Joseph at any point was punished for that. And you may be dealing with someone with diminished capacity, and they may say, well, Joseph, see, he was a slave and he was in prison and all that. It wasn't because of who he married. This is after he already became the man in Egypt. He already became, Pharaoh's right hand man. He already served that sentence, and we already know he got in that situation because of his brothers. He got in that situation because of his brothers, not because he hadn't married anyone yet. Come on, man. Come on. Right? Let's do this. Right. I understand if you have a preference, God bless you. That's fine. We all like what we like. That's fine. Just don't marry an unbeliever. Period. Say, well, I'm thinking about courting this person. Well, okay, test her out. Wait and see if she's going to convert. Let her do that. Let her convert first for a while. Let her bear a little bit of fruit first. See if she passes the test. Come on, guys. This is ridiculous. Come on. Don't let someone do you like that. Thank you, Brother Johnny Smith. We got to talk about this. You can't, if someone's going to call you on the carpet and say, oh, this sin, that's it. Okay, they got to show you a sin. They got to show you this is why this is not right. They got to show you it's a sin, and this is why. He married someone of another race, and he's punished for that. Period. He or she is punished for that and that alone. But they don't want to do that. The point is, we're supposed to be bringing up godly seed. That is the point. That's the whole idea. This whole idea of patriarchy, kinsman redeemer. This is being a righteous tree, bearing righteous fruit. You're supposed to be. If you pick the right person, pick the right wife or wives, that they are believers. Test them out first. See if they're going to be believers. See if they're going to follow the Most High. Test them out before you get yoked up with them. Test it out. And if they prove worthy, that they're not going to take you away from your God, okay, then marry them. Because a lot of us, you get married, and you wake up and you find out like, oh crap, now my wife don't want to. Hey, that's what happens. That's what happens. But now that you got a little knowledge, now you're going to be a little more discerning of whom you decide to marry. Same thing for ladies. You be more discerning. Okay, so the guy you want, you make sure he's bearing fruit. He's actually walking the walk, not just talking the talk. Make sure he's not just trying to be pious and try to sound like he's all about the life and all about the Most High, whatever. Watch him. Talk to him. Watch him. Don't commit yet. What is he doing? What's he playing? Is he serving? How does he handle adversity? All kinds of stuff that you can find out. You need to find out first before you get yoked up. Let us continue. Where were we? Genesis 41, 40. Yeah. So we see interracial couple right there. We see Moses in an interracial couple, Benjamin, the whole clan with an interracial couple. Okay. We see in the books of Acts, okay, Timotheus, Hebrew mother, Greek father. But I know the other naysayers are gonna say, "Oh well, no, there was when they see when it doesn't support the argument, they're gonna change the origins of whoever. Cornelius all of a sudden is an Israelite too. So don't want to hear that. Okay, don't want to hear that. That's what they're gonna do. It is ridiculous. Okay, supposed to be, look. Let me go to Malachi because we're supposed to be making a godly seed. This is where I got it from 2:15 because we're supposed to be doing a godly seed. It says, and did not make he one, yet had he the residue of the Spirit, and wherefore one, that he might seek a godly seed. Therefore take heed to your spirit, and let none deal treacherously against the wife of his youth, because he's trying to get a godly seed. And fellas and women, you can't produce a godly seed if one of you is serving another God. It's hard to do that because you're fighting against each other raising the child. You need to be serving the same God. That's how you're going to raise up, or at least have a chance to raise up a godly seed. Don't be unequally yoked with unbelievers. Now, let's deal with this whole strange wives, strangers, and things like that. Okay, let's look at this. We're going to deal with a couple of these that I don't want to deal with. When people are hateful, or prejudiced or racist or anything like that, they don't deal with it. You don't hear them talk about this. You don't hear them talk about it. Or they will go ahead, interpolate, go somewhere else, or they will eisegese and put their own meaning into stuff. But I'll let you read it for yourself. Okay? So we go Exodus 12. I'm going to read 2 verses here. The first one will be 37. Okay? And the children of Israel journeyed from Ramesses to Sukkot, and about 600,000 on foot that were men besides children. Okay, so a lot of people, right? So now I'm gonna go to 48. I'm gonna drop down to 48 real quick. And when a stranger shall sojourn with thee, and will keep the Passover to the Lord. I'm gonna read stranger. Hold on. Let's look at stranger. 16:16 in the Hebrew. Gar, sojourner, a temporary inhabitant, a newcomer lacking inherent rights, a foreigner in Israel, though conceded rights. You don't have any rights. Okay? Stranger. But let's see how we should be with that stranger. 48. And when a stranger shall sojourn with thee, and will keep the Passover to the Lord, let all his males be circumcised, and then let him come near and keep it. And he shall be as one that is born in the land, for no uncircumcised person shall eat thereof. So if a stranger, a foreigner, someone who's just sojourning, traveling with you, living amongst you, if someone's doing that, if they want to take the Passover, let them be circumcised and go ahead and let them come. Okay, no problem. Not done. We're going to go up to Exodus 22. Join me in Exodus 22. Okay? Exodus 22 and 21. Okay, Exodus 22 and 21. I'm going to read to 24. Thou shalt neither vex a stranger nor oppress him, for ye were strangers in the land of Egypt. What does vex mean? What does vex mean? Okay, we're going to go vex. Vex is 32:38 in the Hebrew. Yana. To oppress, to suppress, to treat violently, to maltreat, to vex, to do wrong, to oppress, to treat violently. So let's see here. Thou shalt neither treat violently to oppress a stranger, nor oppress him, for you were strangers in the land. Interesting. Let's keep reading. Ye shall not afflict any widow or fatherless child. So you're not going to afflict them. You ain't going to treat them wrong. So strangers, widows, anah, okay, to be occupied, to busy with, to afflict, oppress, humble, to afflict, to be put down, become low, to be depressed, to downcast them, to afflict. You can't do that to the widows or the childs or any of that stuff. 23. If you afflict them in any wise, and they cry at all unto me, I will surely hear their cry, and my wrath shall wax hot, and I will kill you with the sword, and your wives shall be widows, and your children fatherless. So in this four little scriptures, he talked about strangers, he talked about widows and children, or the fatherless, and you can't mistreat them. All in the same little four scriptures there. Stranger, can't do any of that. But we're not done. We're not done. Go to Deuteronomy 23. Okay, Deuteronomy 23, and we're just two verses, 7 and 8. Thou shalt not abhor an Edomite, for he is thy brother. Thou shalt not abhor an Egyptian, because thou wert a stranger in his land. This is the law. So we can't abhor an Egyptian. We can't abhor an Edomite. We can't. But if we're out preaching hate, the children that are begotten of them shall enter into the congregation of the Lord in the third generation. Wait a minute. The very next verse, he said, okay, don't hate an Edomite or Egyptian, right? These people are not Israelites. And he said, the children that are begotten of them shall enter into the congregation in the third generation. Okay, so 3 generations from there, from those children, okay, going to enter the congregation. It didn't say they're not going to enter the congregation at all. None of them at all. Where's the punishment? Wait a minute, where's the punishment? Okay, that just means they're not going to be in the inner circle. It didn't say, oh, well, those children, they're just going to go to hell. So where's the punishment of the union between an Israelite and the Edomite, or Israelite and the Egyptian? So that's all you need to know. So the bottom line is, interracial marriage a sin? So far, I haven't seen anything that says marrying someone outside your race is a sin. We have seen that the idolatrous people, bad things are going to happen if you do marry someone who is idolatrous and pagan. Okay, it did say that. It did say that. So no, not a sin. Let's continue. Let's continue. Deuteronomy chapter 10. Deuteronomy chapter 10. I'm just going to read 17 and 18. Deuteronomy chapter 10, 17 and 18. For the Lord your God is a God of gods, the Lord of lords, a great God, a mighty and a terrible, which regarded not persons, nor taketh reward. Okay, so you can't buy him off. He does execute the judgment of the fatherless and widow, and loveth the stranger in giving him food and raiment. And he loves the stranger, So he put the fatherless and the widows and the strangers all together, and he does execute judgment for them. It says, love ye therefore the stranger, for ye were strangers in the land of Egypt. So love the stranger. So love the stranger. Well, again, okay. Not everybody wants to do that, but okay, that's what it says. Leviticus. I just got a couple of more, and I'm gonna let you guys go. Leviticus, okay, Leviticus 24. Let's just do this. Leviticus 24 and 20. Breach for breach, eye for eye, tooth for tooth, and as has caused a blemish in a man, so shall it be done to him again. And he that killeth a beast, he shall restore it. And he that killeth a man, he shall be put to death. Okay? Ye shall have one manner of law as well for the stranger as for one of your own country, for I am the Lord your God. Okay, so all of it's the same. For you treat the stranger just the same. Interesting. Numbers. Again, we're all in the law. Law. 15:15. Okay, it says, one ordinance shall be both for you of the congregation and also for the stranger that sojourn with you, an ordinance forever in your generations as ye are, so shall the stranger be before the Lord. So just like you are, the stranger is going to be the exact same way. Oh, well, Israel scattered up. They haven't been scattered yet. We're still in the law. Haven't been scattered yet. But that's what they try to do. 16. One law and one matter shall be for you and for the stranger that sojourn with you. One law, one law. Okay. Okay, so how about let's just do this real quick. Two more places. Leviticus 19. Let's do that. Leviticus 19, 33. And if the stranger sojourn with thee in your land, ye shall not vex him. But the stranger that dwelleth with you shall be unto you as one born among you, and thou shalt love him as thyself, for ye were strangers in the land of Egypt. I am the Lord your God. Again, 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 again. That's why Paul keeps talking about the natural and the unnatural branches and stuff, because they keep talking about, oh, well, these are men, who were Hellenized or whatever. And it's interesting how Israelite can become a Gentile and Hellenized, but a Gentile can't become an Israelite. Weird. It's kind of weird. You can go the other way because you take it on the ways and the customs and all and the idolatry of the Gentiles, Greeks, Romans, so on and so forth, and you become them. You become a Gentile. You become Hellenized. But you cannot take on the Greeks and customs and serve the Most High God and become a Jew. Even though in Esther it said all these people became a Jew. I'm gonna give you homework. Go read over in Esther. It says, and they all became a Jew. Meaning the beliefs and the customs and serving the right God and stuff like that. Interesting. Interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna finish up Second Chronicle here. Second Chronicles 6:32. Moreover, concerning the stranger, which is not of thy people Israel. I'm gonna do that again because some people don't get it. These are the scriptures that those who promote a particular hate doctrine, these are scriptures that they usually avoid. Moreover, concerning the stranger, which is not of thy people Israel, but is come from a far country for thy great name's sake, because they want to serve the Most High God. Okay? Because they want to serve the Most High God. Okay? From a great country. And thy mighty hand and thy stretched out arm, if they come and pray in this house. Wait a minute. Why are they doing that? Why are these strangers doing that? 33. Then hear thou from the heavens, even from thy dwelling place, and do according to all that the stranger calleth to thee for, that all people of the earth may know thy name and fear thee, and thus thy people Israel, and may know that this house which I have built is called by my name. Okay, so you get all these people, and didn't it say, Zechariah, that all the nations of the earth is going to flood to keep the Feast of Tabernacle? Are all those Israels? They're all just Israelites. And since all these other nations and all these Gentiles are going to join themselves on Israel, it's going to be a day when they will grab the skirt of him that is a Jew. All this homework y'all got to go do. So, bottom line, what does the scripture say? So, is a interracial marriage, is that a sin? They have to show you that. Because everything I read, no, it's not. All the nation of Israel came from interracial marriages. And no law says, no, you cannot do that. Yes, you can go to the scriptures where it says, don't get any of those ites out there. But it also told you why. It also told you why. So, if they don't serve, if they go like Ruth, let's just go to Ruth. And no, she was not an Israelite. No, she was not an Israelite. Okay. And I'm gonna go down to verse 3. Ruth 1:3. Okay. And Elimelech, Naomi's husband, died, and she was left and her two sons. And they took them wives of the women of Moab. Okay. And the name of one was Orpha, and the name of the other Ruth. And they dwelled there about 10 years. And Mahlon and Chilion died also, both of them. And the women was left of the two sons of the daughters. Okay, so they're there with Naomi. Then she arose with her daughter-in-law that she might return from the country of Moab. She want to leave Moab and she's going to go back to Israel. For she had heard in the country of Moab how that the Lord had visited his people in giving them bread. Okay, that's good. Wherefore she went forth out of the place where she was, and her two daughters in law with her, and they went on the way to return unto the land of Judah. That's what we're going to do. And Naomi said unto her two daughters in law, go, return each to her mother's house. The Lord deal kindly with you as ye have dealt with the dead and with me. My two sons, they died. Y'all took care of them, good, looked out for them. The Lord grant you that you may find rest, each of you, in the house of her husband. Then she kissed them, and they lifted up their voices and wept. And they said unto her, surely we will return with thee unto thy people. And Naomi said, turn again. He said, no, no, go back, my daughters. Why will ye go with me? Are there yet any more sons in my womb that they may be your husbands? He said, I mean, I got nothing. I got nothing else to give you. Both of my boys are dead. You know, it's over. It's done. They're not bound under the law anymore. Their husbands are dead. Turn again, my daughters, go your way. I am too old to have a husband, and if I should say I have hope, if I should have a husband also tonight, and should also bear sons. You say, if I did believe that, then I mean, what am I gonna? One, I don't think I'm too old to even get a husband. But if I do get a husband, am I gonna have children with him? Probably not gonna happen. Would you tarry for them till they were grown? Like if I did have them, are you gonna wait till they're grown? I'm old. You guys are adults. Were you gonna wait 18, 19, 20 something years till they're old enough to, or mature enough to marry? Are you going to wait that long? Okay. Would you stay for them from having husbands? Nay, my daughters, for it grieveth me much for your sakes that the hand of the Lord is going out against me. Okay. And they lifted up their voice and wept again. And Orpah kissed her mother-in-law, but Ruth clave unto her. And she said, behold, thy sister-in-law is gone back unto her people and unto her gods. Return thou after thy sister-in-law, okay? After their gods. So she returned back to your old gods, okay? And Ruth said, entreat me not to leave thee, or to return from following after thee, for whither thou goest, I will go. And where thou lodgest, I will lodge. Thy people shall be my people, and thy God my God. And that's what the other nations have to do. Period. She's a Moabite. But now I know you're gonna have some people do some scripture sorcery and tell you Ruth was not a Moabite; she was an Israelite. Now she was a Hebrew, but she came from out of the line of from Lot. Okay, so she is a Hebrew, but not an Israelite. And just the fact she came from Lot, that tells you not Israelite. At this, not an Israelite. Okay, that tells you she come out of the line of Lot. No. Okay, so that's what people have to do. So now I'm gonna go ahead and go into the chat, see what you guys are talking about real quick, and then I will close out. Okay, and I'll read some of this. So shalom, shalom, shalom again. Once again, shalom, Lisi, shalom, Grant Hill, House of Lee, shalom, awesome. Glad you guys can join. Enlightened One, awesome. Shabbat shalom. I hope you guys are having an awesome, awesome day of rest. House of Lee, Lisi, Grand Hill, House of Lee, Gary Morlock, Shabbat shalom. Enlightened One, Shabbat shalom. One Love, Shabbat shalom. Okay, let's see. House of Lee, One Love. Okay, Urban Outdoorsman. He said, skin color never mattered. Cultures and belief did and still does matter. Christ looks on the heart. We are supposed to be like Christ. Therefore, we look at the heart. Okay, you're right. The skin color did not matter when it comes to serving God, serving the Most High there. Enlightened One, One Love. Okay, Enlightened One. No Christmas, Jeremiah 10. You're right. For the custom, exactly. You don't do, yeah, no Christmas on that. Okay, no pork. Evan Davis, Shabbat Shalom. Evan Davis, Shabbat Shalom. Yeah, they caught the itis, man. They caught the itis. A light one. Let's see. kill all of, yeah, yeah. He told him to destroy all of them. Anyone against Ahia is a Gentile and a stranger. I agree, enlightened one. I agree. If you're against Shalom, Candace Washington, native pride. My girlfriend is Irish. Okay, awesome. Hey, love her, love her. I told him the scripture there. Dre the man. Uh, I answered that already. So the wives of Benjamin were Israelites. Josephus break it down. No. And I look at the Josephus too. No, they weren't. No, they were not. Anyway, even if it was, I'm not trying to be contentious or anything like that. Even if it was, look at all the other cases of clear mixed marriages. Clear mixed marriages. All of David's wives were not all Israel. Okay, we know all of Solomon's wives were not all Israel. Okay, but they turned, and it wasn't because they were foreign wives. It was because they turned his heart away. So even if I gave you that, I don't. But if I did, there's still so many other cases. Okay. Okay. But when the Senate were affrighted at the very name of the perjury person told them, show whereby they might proceed of Benjamin lies enough and keep their oath. Okay. Enlightened one, got you. Even David, but Mitzrayim had to have known about Zipporah. Absolutely. That's crazy that she spoke against her. That's absolutely, yep. She knew about Miriam. Miriam knew about Zipporah, yeah. Okay, Egyptian, absolutely. Okay. Shabbat Shalom, Johnny Smith. Okay, I think I said shalom to Gary Moloch. Sojourner said, can you just tell me if it's sin or not? It is not sin. Okay, it's not sin. Okay. Yohantan Israel, Shabbat Shalom. Awesome, awesome. Debate talk for you. Got to get you back inside the lines, dear. Fire lesson. Appreciate it. I will definitely get back in there. I will definitely get back in that lines then. You know the number, brother. I appreciate you joining. Let's see. Enlightened one, got you. Daryl Vick. So if there is no sin in interracial marriages, that means anyone of any so-called race can be part of the family of Yahweh. Isn't that right? Derek Vick, that is correct. If you're going to serve Yahweh, yes, you can be a part, okay? You can be a part. Now, we do know, like, in the inner tabernacle, only Israel will be in the inner tabernacle. But if you're in the kingdom, as opposed to the alternative, do you really care? Like, as long as I'm in the kingdom, I'm good. If I'm a stranger, right? Okay, Shabbat Shalom, Mert 8. Shabbat Shalom. Okay. Okay, Enlightened one, Mert 8. Okay, all right. Keep going. Showed you learn. So, okay, everybody, it seems like we just got repeats and stuff like that. All right, so let's see here. Nice to hear an Israelite brother not preaching a message of hate towards non-Israelites. Shalom, my friend. Okay, thank you, Derek Vick. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Appreciate you joining. Don't forget to smash that notification bell. Okay. Sheldon, he said, isn't Israelites solely dictated by who their patriarchal line is? Yes. That for a natural blood-born Israelite, it only goes by the father. Period. Yes, Derivic, what a relief. Okay, Sojourner. Sometimes strangers can't catch a break, don't follow the fake Jews, but can't be accepted by many true Israelites. Okay, Sojourner, don't worry about you. You join and you follow the Most High God. Like I said, this stranger's they're gonna grab the skirt of him that is a Jew. So you find someone who's actually preaching it from the book, and you cleave onto them. Because there's gonna be some hateful Hebrews out there who, matter of fact, I got a lesson over on Fountain of Israel. If you guys want to look at, I think I call it Hateful Hebrew or Hebrew Hatred. Okay, look at that video, Fountain of Israel on YouTube. It's 2 lessons. It's 2 lessons. I break all of it down. It's just 2 lessons. So I encourage you guys to read that. I use some of the scriptures that I used today. One love. Okay, you are what your father is. That's true. That is, you are what your father is. Okay. Enlightened one. Okay, super good. Hey, praise Yah. Super good lesson. Praise Yah. C. Smith. Shalom, shalom, patriarch. How you doing? Yardenaya strong. They use the scriptures in Deuteronomy 7 to cover all. Okay, yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. C. Smith. Yardenaya strong. Shalom, shalom. Okay, Sojourner. Yeah, he says As long as I'm in the kingdom, I'm great. Exactly, exactly. Because they say, oh, they can't enter the congregation until the third, fourth generation. Okay, but and when you talk about the kingdom, because you're talking about leave the on the inside is for Israel and leave the court without, and that's for the Gentiles, right? Who cares if you're in the kingdom? Who cares? It's supposed to be in hell, in hellfire. Who cares, right? As long as you're in the kingdom, it's either be in the kingdom and you can't go into the holy of holies, but you're in the kingdom, as opposed to lake of fire. Which one you gonna take? It just, yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Okay. There were so many that went against our highest laws, which is how eventually our ancestors ended up in our latest long great captivity, being hauled off in ships. So yeah, that's how we got here. Okay, that's how we got here. So, bro, I'm hey, if some people, if there's some people who still believe that is okay, that's fine. If you want to believe yourself that interracial marriage is a sin, then if you prove that to yourself, that's fine. If that's the doctrine you want to keep, but don't preach it to somebody else when you know it's not true. Okay? Don't preach that to if you want to have your own pet doctrine, that's fine. Like I said, people are like, well, I just want to keep to my own. I don't need to. Okay, that's called a preference. That's cool. That's cool. I have no beef with your preference. No beef at all. I don't care if a white person, I just want to be with another white person. I don't care. I don't care. That's preference, not law. And that's the difference. So, I'm glad you guys are able to join. I hope somebody's been edified. I hope it's done us some good. And I will definitely see you guys on the next one. But don't forget, like, comment, share, subscribe, and smack that notification bell because I don't want you guys to miss any of the episodes. Thank you guys. Thank you. And Shabbat Shalom. Enjoy the rest of your day. Rest up, okay? Study the word. Meditate on the word, okay? Get yourself some snacks. Relax. This is the day the Lord has made, okay? Shalom. See you on the